Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we are opening a massive stack of sources detailing the crisis facing healer Jarn, who, as you know, many also know as Cherijo Reever.
Right. And this isn't just your standard space adventure. We're really getting into some heavy stuff here.
Definitely political jeopardy, the whole question of bioimmortality, and this massive galactic threat, a poisonous mineral life form.
Yeah. So our mission really in this deep dive is to pull together all that political and scientific information. We need to grasp the legal battles, the personal cost of Jarn's identity basically fracturing.
And the black crystal itself,
Yeah.
terrifying stuff.
Absolutely. And maybe understand why solving this cosmic problem might mean, well, losing the very person she fought so hard to become.
That's a huge hook, and we're jumping right in, straight into a political and legal mess.
Right away. The sources show Jarn back on the Jaranian homeworld, fresh off an expedition, and bam, legal action.
And she's in the middle of trying to shield the Trellis colonists,
Yeah.
over 2,000 people.
Exactly. Shielding them from a Jaranian attack, which, immediately puts her at odds with the ruling council, people like Melonadan and, significantly, Azonia.
Creates this impossible situation for her, doesn't it?
Completely unwinnable. The council wants a name. They want the Terran, Alec Davidov, who drew their fleet there.
So if she gives him up, she's a traitor to an ally.
But if she doesn't, she faces the full force of Jaranian law. And they don't pull any punches.
No, their attack is... It's a clever in a nasty way. They don't just threaten him militarily.
They go for the legal kill shot. Try to get her declared legally incompetent.
Under Jaranian law, which is key. And the justification.
Oh, it's brutal. They dig up her past trauma, her captivity on Akabar.
Right, the extensive brain damage and severe emotional trauma, as they put it.
Yeah, basically arguing she's too damaged to make sound decisions, especially about Jaranian lives.
And the cruelest part, maybe, is using her chosen identity against her. Her insistence on being Jarn, not Cherijo.
That becomes their proof. They twist her survival mechanism, the identity she built to cope, into evidence that she's, well, irrational.
The sources capture that moment so well when she fires back.
Do you mean to say that I am too crazy to shield the Trellisans?
Yeah, it just cuts through all the legal jargon. It's a power play.
If she's incompetent, she loses control. The council gets what it wants regarding Trellis.
And under Jaranian law, if she is incompetent, control would normally go to her house clan, right? House clan Torin.
Typically, yes. But this is where Reever steps in. Duncan Reever, her husband.
With a really sharp countermove based on Terran law.
Brilliant, really. He argues Jarn isn't Jaranian by birth. Her only blood relative, her mother, is gone. So Terran law applies.
And under Terran law.
He's her husband, her closest relative. He has power of attorney. That completely overrides the Jaranian need for house clan consent.
Wow, so he declares her competent under his guardianship, essentially.
And just like that, they keep control. Keep the decision about the Trellis shield in their hands. It's a masterstroke of legal jujitsu across cultures.
Okay, so that maneuver highlights how important these house clans are. We should probably dig into Jaranian society a bit.
Definitely. The sources paint quite a picture, like the Torn Pavilion.
Oh yeah, glowing white stone like ice cliffs, these huge, impressive structures.
It shows they're not just families. They're political units, economic forces. Lineage is everything.
Which explains their mating customs. The sources mention preventing inbreeding.
Right. Females have to choose a husband from an outside house clan, and then they leave their own clan to live with his.
Enforced exogamy.
Yeah.
Keeps the gem pool diverse, keeps political alliances shifting.
And the moment she's chosen, her legal identity, her allegiance, it all shifts to her husband's clan.
Which makes Jarn's situation even weirder because she rejected that whole process. She's sort of legally suspended.
Exactly. Between two systems. And that uncertainty puts their daughter, Morel, constantly at risk.
They were smart to leave her with friends Salo and Daria Torin after the Vitaga abduction.
Absolutely. They knew Morel was the ultimate leverage. You threaten the child, you control the parents.
But Morel seems okay. Actually, more than okay.
She's thriving, remarkably. The sources say she's happy, healthy, living a pretty normal Jaranian kid's life. School, kittens.
And she speaks flawless Jaranian, calls Salo and Daria clan father and clan mother.
She does, total immersion. But then, when she talks to Jarn,
she switches. Mama, I know you don't speak Jaranian. All Terran.
That little linguistic switch says so much, doesn't it? Morel bridges the two worlds in a way Jarn simply can't or won't.
Cherijo was the one adopted into Jaranian ways. Jarn rejects it.
Morel seems to hold both identities. But the political threat around her is always there, mostly because of Zonia Torin.
Ah, Zonia. His constant surveillance, the threats against Trellis. It's not just politics for him, is it?
Not at all. It's deeply personal. Clan leader Viehl spells it out.
This goes back to his relationship with Cherijo before she became Jarn.
Right. Zonal says Zonia greatly honored Cherijo, felt deeply for her, and her breaking his choice of her, that caused him real suffering.
We need to remember how choice works on Jarn. It's a huge social contract.
And for Cherijo to break it. And the way she broke it, inducing cardiac arrest in herself, that was a massive rejection. Public, physical, total.
So his attempts to control Jarn now, it's all fueled by that past trauma, that rejection.
Zonal even uses that beautiful flower analogy, trying to explain to Zonia that Cherijo was like a flower he couldn't possess.
Never meant to be Zonia's.
No.
Trying to force it just destroys it.
It's a poignant warning. And Zonia's obsession with control, it leads us right into the next big challenge they face. Their own biology.
The immortality, which Jarn now sees as a curse.
Yeah, she and Reever were physically altered, right? Joseph Grey Veil's experiments made them virtually immortal.
But why a curse? She's a healer. You'd think eternal life.
Because it makes them targets. Always. Everything Cherijo went through, being hunted, captured, tortured, was because of their unique biology.
Slavers, the League, bounty hunters, they're seen as prizes.
Exactly. The curse isn't living forever. It's the endless fear and conflict that comes with it.
And the mechanism is these chameleon cells.
That's it, the ultimate repair system. Any damage, disease, aging, injury, gone instantly.
Reever cuts his hand and it just heals right before their eyes.
Seals itself up. Perfect regeneration. It's biologically astounding.
Yet Jarn wants nothing to do with giving that to Morel.
Absolutely refuses. She wants Morel to have a normal life, a normal lifespan. What did the sources say? 90 to 120 Terran years?
Yeah, something like that, rather than condemn her to being hunted forever.
And this rejection, it leads to this incredible request she makes of Squillip, the senior healer.
She asks him to reverse it, to undo the genetic tampering.
Not just undo it, she demands he find a way to safely remove all of the chameleon cells from Reever's body.
Essentially asking him to make them mortal again, to find a way to let them die eventually.
Squillip is understandably horrified. He thinks she's asking him to find a way to kill them.
But Jarn's reasoning is, well, it's compelling.
It is. She argues that a normal lifespan is their only real shield. Immortality drives greed, war, destruction.
If they were just normal Terrans,
no one would fight over us. No one would care. Mortality becomes a path to peace, to just being left alone.
so obscurity,
Yeah.
a powerful idea. But while they're having this huge ethical debate, there's a clock ticking. The black crystal.
Right. The immediate existential threat, and it's not just a rock.
No, the sources call it an indestructible, poisonous mineral life form found on Trellis.
With the potential to wipe out everything, all life in the galaxy. That's the scale we're talking about.
And Reever's analysis shows it's changing, evolving.
Yeah, inside the container on the sunlace. The crystal matrix is growing. He notes the atoms are vibrating strangely.
Not intercompositional. What does that mean exactly?
It suggests they're not bonding or mixing in a normal, stable way. He calls it low-temperature plasma phasing, like it's shifting into a highly active, unstable state.
And the liquid in the chamber is getting more concentrated with these atoms.
It's breaking down, which leads Reever to his seed pod theory.
That the crystals are like dormant spores, waiting for the right conditions.
Exactly. Like botanical seeds that can wait millennia. But now, something's triggered them. They're germinating.
Breaking down into this liquid atomic phase, which sounds much worse.
Because it implies it can spread, become pervasive, and the timeline. That's the terrifying part.
How long?
Based on the breakdown rate, 7 days.
A week. A week until it potentially becomes an unstoppable plague.
That's the prediction. Less than a week to find some kind of solution.
Okay, deep breath. There is that mention of planetary defenses, right? The Axelin map.
Ah, yeah. That ancient map marking worlds with a dark triangle for threat.
And Joran, Akabar, Okia, they're unmarked. Safe, somehow.
Jordan's defense is fascinating. The mother's cloak.
This thick layer of volatile gases in the atmosphere.
Right. Anything small coming in, like minerals or maybe even the crystal spores, just ignites, burns up before it reaches the surface. A natural shield against exactly this kind of contamination.
Incredible. But it doesn't stop local threats, does it? We need to circle back to Zonia and the bounty hunter.
True. Zonia is still lurking, but there's also this Theka raider.
Thekas. Known for poison drone attacks on ships.
Yeah, nasty reputation. and offering a huge bounty for Jarn and Reever, 1,000 verdant rabbit pearls.
And the source connects this bounty hunter back to
A wealthy Terran with friends among the League. All signs point back to Joseph Grey Veil or his network. Still hunting them.
This is where Jarn finally has enough of Bezonia, though.
Oh yeah. She draws a line. Destroys his spy drones.
Sends him that formal message. Threatens to report him to the council for spying, for manipulating morale.
And then the final move, she resigns from the council, cuts ties completely.
Total declaration of independence and the ultimate power move against Exonia.
Is forcing him to take them to Okia, the very place they think holds the answer he was trying to stop them from finding.
Poetic justice, really. She makes him complicit in her mission.
He has no choice but to agree. His leverage is gone. You have your freedom, healer. That's his concession.
And that sets up the next critical phase, the expedition to Okia.
Part 3. The journey to find whatever protects Okia from the Black Crystal. That's the mission.
But they don't exactly get a warm welcome, do they?
Not even close. Intercepted immediately. Heavily armed ships. The OKF are extreme isolationists.
Terrified of the League, spies, alterforms, they trust no one.
Makes sense, given the League's history. So, negotiating entry is tough. But the OKF, they meet on the surface. It's a front.
Right, living primitively up top.
While hiding this incredible advanced civilization underground, in natural caverns.
Built from alloy and stone, all hidden away to survive, hidden from the League.
It's an amazing feat of long-term cultural strategy. And down there, Jarn finds the breakthrough.
From a tribeswoman, Trewa, a bracelet.
Yeah, seems like a simple ornament at first. But Jarn figures it out. The heartwood trees.
They contain a specific alloy.
She2AU, copper and gold. And when she mixes it with blood infected by the crystal,
It neutralizes it, liquefies it, makes it inert.
instantly. That's the cure, or at least a cure, proof that neutralization is possible.
A massive discovery. And Trewa gives Jarn a name for this.
A tribal name, Crystal Healer. Acknowledging her role, her purpose in their context, very powerful.
But things get complicated fast. There's deception within their own team. Jay Lige, the surgical resident.
The interpreter. Reever picks up on it first. He's absorbed some of the language.
And realizes Jay Lige isn't translating accurately, like claiming they have no concept of death.
Which Reever knows is wrong. Red flags everywhere. What's Jay Lige hiding?
And then Jay Lige sneaks off into this forbidden area, a burial ground / crystal meadow.
Jarn follows him and sees him fall into a pit, impaled by crystal shafts. Horrific.
Japan, the reveal.
He heals. The wounds vanish, the crystals shrink back, and she sees them. 2 golden streaks in his fur.
The Jakin signature, he's one of them. An immortal, engineered being.
Engineered specifically to fight the Black Crystal. And the full story comes out.
Jay Lige isn't Jay Lige. He's Major Sean Veltas, an OKF.
Who's captured and alter-formed by the League into a Skartesh. But here's the twist.
The crystal infection, it reversed it.
Incredibly, yes. The liquid crystal somehow undid the League's alter-forming, restoring his original OKF body. The poison accidentally saved his true self.
Wow. And the OKF commander then lays out the bigger picture, the military threat.
Confirms that the destruction of Skart, that past event, caused the crystal underground to liquefy and spread, made it potent, dangerous.
And they live in constant fear the League will find out and invade, to weaponize it.
Which puts Sean Valtis in an impossible position. He's now terrified.
Because his unique biology, immortal, crystal fighter, reversed alter form, makes him the ultimate prize for the League.
He sees only one way out. He begs Jarn to implant a thermal fusion grenade inside him.
A suicide bomb. So he can destroy himself if captured, preventing the League from using his DNA.
He wants to deny them the chance to create an army of beings like him. Self-sacrifice on a horrifying scale.
Jarn, the crystal healer.
She refuses, flat out. Calls it the sniveling act of a coward.
That's harsh, but it's consistent with her core belief.
Absolutely. She insists her path, Cherijo's path, has always been about healing, about fighting to live, not surrendering, not using violence, even against oneself, for a cause.
A defining moment for the Jarn persona. No compromise on that.
That moral clarity, that refusal to become a weapon, it sets up the final, most intense part of this story.
Right, because the external threat hasn't gone away. Jarn gets captured.
By the wealthy Terran. And it is him, Joseph Grey Veil.
Even though Revolver saw him die. A clone, maybe?
Reever insists it must be. But whether clone or original, the mind, the cruelty, it's pure Joseph.
And the confrontation is pure psychological torture, all about morale.
Joseph drops the bombshell. reveals Jarn's own biology was engineered, specifically to prevent her carrying a child to term.
But Morel exists.
An
How?
artificial womb, a more designed apparently used after Jarn thought she'd miscarried. Joseph stole the pregnancy, basically.
The Omor tech that shows his reach, far beyond standard Terran capabilities. He didn't just tamper with her, he stole her child from conception.
Unbelievably cruel, and he uses that stolen child now. Confirms Morel is alive and threatens.
What? A bioengineered virus. Lethal only to Jarenians. He'll release it unless Jarn tells him where Morel is hidden.
A genocidal threat. Jarn's first instinct is self-sacrifice, right? Kill herself to stop him.
Yeah, but she realizes it won't work. Her death wouldn't save Morel. It would just remove the main obstacle Joseph has to finding her on Jarn himself.
He's backed her into a corner where even suicide is pointless. It's a perfect trap.
But Reever and Sean aren't out of the fight. They escape.
Smart escape, too. Using a projected image on a door panel to fake being unconscious.
Well,
buys them time.
and their escape leads them right into another bizarre encounter. The Shifter, Odnalek.
Right. This creature that reads your deepest fears and manifests them.
So it looks different to each person. Jalora, Torpa, Hesperestic figures from their past traumas.
Exactly. Pure psychological warfare embodied. They only beat it because they figure out its weakness.
Fire, pulse rifles set to stream fire.
The only thing that works. But even as they overcome that, there's more loss. You're ruling.
Roover's friend, the Tajiba. Her behavior was erratic earlier.
Because she was in season, driven by biological urges towards Reever. But in the end, her loyalty is absolute.
She sacrifices herself, flies her unarmed scout ship right into the Theka Raiders' sonic cannon.
Causes implosion, destroys the Raider, saves the Sunlace. An incredible act of loyalty, giving her life for them.
Just devastating. And right after that sacrifice, Reever and Sean collapse. Comas.
Triggered when Reever removes that piece of crystal from his chest. A crystal linked to Swap.
The larval Roger, the worm god entity tied to the crystal's origins. This connection puts them in danger, but also opens a door.
Yes, because the Lockteal intervene. The ship mold.
This sentient mold converges on Sean, absorbs the crystal infection.
Yes, and then the Lockteal themselves transform, liquefy into protocrystal, forming this transparent crystalline being.
That communicates telepathically.
And relays Swap's final message. Reever wakes up and explains it. This is the big one.
The truth about the crystal.
It's not a disease or an enemy. It's fundamental. Part of the fabric of all things that have been or will be.
Meaning, it can't be destroyed.
Cannot be destroyed. The entire goal they've been chasing for years is impossible.
So the mission has to change from destruction
to formulating a cure, managing it, neutralizing its harmful effects, like the Heartwood alloys showed was possible, accepting its existence.
That's a monumental shift in perspective after all that fighting.
And it leads directly to the final, most personal upheaval. Jarn wakes up after 3 days unconscious.
She's different.
Amnesia, trauma-induced amnesia, total. She doesn't recognize the name Jarn at all.
Reever calls her Jarn, and she's just confused.
Completely. She looks at him and says, clear as anything, Rivere, it's me, Cherijo Torin Reever, your wife.
Oh my God. Jarn is gone.
Wiped away. The persona forged in trauma, the one who rejected immortality, who fought for normalcy, vanished.
And in her place, Cherijo, the original, the one tied to Joseph, to the Jexen, to the very beginning of all this.
The ultimate irony. Jarn was resistance. Cherijo was adaptation, survival. And maybe, with Swap's revelation, the universe decided adaptation was needed now.
Acceptance even. Accepting their immortality, accepting the crystal's nature.
Perhaps. A task better suited to the original personality, the one who navigated the galaxy's complexities before the Akabaran trauma reshaped her.
Reever's reaction, just staring at her, then walking out, heartbreaking. The identity he knew, the one he fought alongside, just gone.
He's left facing the woman she was before, but now armed with Jarn's experiences and the terrible knowledge they've gained. Jarn refused to make Sean a bomb. What will Cherijo do?
It's a profound shift. Jarn wanted mortality as a shield. Cherijo is the immortal survivor.
And with Swap's message clarifying the mission cure, don't destroy Cherry, maybe Cherijo's return was almost necessary to embrace that long-term eternal responsibility.
So wrapping this all up, what does this mean for you listening to this? We've gone from Jarenian politics to Okian breakthroughs, seen sacrifice, learned the universe's fabric includes this crystal.
And ended with a complete identity inversion. Jarn is gone, the knowledge remains, but the person is Cherijo.
Cherijo, the original immortal, is back. And she knows the crystal can't be beaten, only managed. Her purpose is clearer than ever.
Which Brings us to that final provocative thought for you to chew on.
Was Jarn just a phase? A necessary psychological shield, born from trauma, designed to endure the immediate fight while Cherijo subconsciously processed the path forward?
Was losing Yarn the price for Cherijo to fully return, ready to accept her immortality and tackle the real mission? Finding the cure? Managing the indestructible crystal?
What plan will Cherijo, the adaptable survivor, the one linked to the Origins enact now to protect Morel, to protect the galaxy? Will it be healing or something far more complex?
The game has changed. The player is different. The future rests with Cherijo, Duncan Reever.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into a shattered identity and an unending cosmic challenge.